Welcome to Engineering Funda family. This video is a part of Network Theory lecture series, and in this video I'll be explaining you what is complex power, what is active power or real power, and what is reactive power. In my previous video I have already explained what is instantaneous power, average power, apparent power and power factor. So that fundamental is useful over here in this video. So I request you to go through that video also. Now let us talk about first what is complex power. So my dear students, complex power is a product of Vrms phasor into complex conjugate of Irms phasor. Let me write that first, after that I'll explain you how to calculate it. So my dear students, complex power, that is a product of Vrms phasor and complex conjugate of Irms phasor. So when you want to calculate complex power, so that is denoted by S bar, that will be a product of Vrms phasor. Vrms phasor will be Vrms and phasor over here, and complex conjugate of Irms phasor. So Irms phasor is represented by I star RMS phasor. Now my dear students, I'll explain you how to identify Vrms and Irms by practical example. So for that what I'll do is I'll be considering one load. So let us consider here load is Z, and with this load let us apply voltage V of t, and because of this V of t supply, let us say current I of t is passing through this load Z. Now here first of all what I'll do is I'll represent this V of t and I of t in terms of sinusoidal signal. So let us say V of t, that is Vm cos omega t plus phi v, and I of t, that is Im cos omega t plus phi I. So now my dear students, here let us represent this V of t and I of t in terms of Vrms phasor and Irms phasor. So as if you want to calculate Vrms phasor, then my dear students, Vrms phasor will be magnitude Vrms. Vrms will be Vm by root 2 into phase of this V of t, that is phi v. So I am writing angle phi v. And when you want to represent complex conjugate of Irms phasor, then that will be I star RMS phasor, that will be magnitude will be Irms, that is Im by root 2. So I am writing Irms over here, and it is complex conjugate. So here phase angle, that will be minus of this, that is minus phi I. So now we have Vrms phasor and conjugate of Irms phasor, right? So let us substitute both in complex power equation, that is Vrms phasor into Irms phasor with complex conjugate. So when you multiply both, in that case magnitude will get multiply, you see, and in multiplication phase that will get added. So here phase will be phi v minus phi I. Now my dear students, what I want is I want to represent this term in form of real and imaginary part. So you should know here real part, that will be magnitude into cos of this angle, and imaginary part, that will be magnitude into sine of this angle. So you see how I am writing this. Real part will be Vrms Irms into cos of phi v minus phi I plus imaginary component, that will be magnitude, that is Vrms into Irms into sine of this phase, that will be sine of phi v minus phi I. So we have two components, real and imaginary. Now if you observe this real component, so that is Vrms Irms cos of phi v minus phi I. So if you see my previous video, in that I have already explained what is average power. So you see average power, that is Vrms Irms cos of phi v minus phi I. So I can say this real component that is referred as average power, and as this is real component, that is also referred as real power, and you will be observing this much amount of power that will get absorbed by load, so that is also referred as active power. So this first term, that is Vrms Irms cos of phi v minus phi I, so that is average power, real power and active power. And if you see this imaginary component, so this imaginary component that is having imaginary part means it is reactive power. Now why it is reactive power? That is because of it is there with respect to inductive and capacitive load. Now to explain that, here you see I have considered this load, and now what I'll do is I'll be calculating this complex power in terms of this impedance. So you will get to know how these formulas are there in terms of resistance and impedance, and in impedance there could be capacitive impedance or inductive impedance. So let us try to understand that over here. So here we have impedance, that is Z, and let us say this Z is R plus jx, where R is resistance, but this X that will be positive for inductor and that will be negative for capacitor. Now what I want is, I want to represent this complex power in form of resistive power and reactive power. So for that, if you see, we have Vrms calculation, right? So Vrms is how much? That will be Irms into Z. So let us consider that first. So Vrms phasor, that will be Irms phasor into impedance Z. Now what we will be doing is, we will be substituting this Vrms phasor into complex power formula. So now Vrms phasor, that is Irms phasor into Z. So you will be observing, you see Irms phasor into conjugate of Irms phasor, so that is Irms square into Z. So I can say my complex power, that will be Irms square into Z is R plus jx. So here also we are having two components, one is R into Irms square and second is plus j into Irms square into x. So you can compare this complex power calculation with this also. So we'll be having two different equations which is there with complex power. You see this is real part. So this real part explains what? Average power, real power or active power, and this is my imaginary part that explains you reactive power. So you can say this reactive power, that is purely based on inductive network and capacitive network, as it is there with imaginary component. Now my dear students, what I want is, I want to explain you this real power and reactive power separately. So I will be writing these equations again separately. Now my dear students, I just want to discuss few points over here. You see this real power, or you can say average power, right? So that is given over here as per R into Irms square, and you will be observing that is always positive. Why? The reason is Vrms Irms into cos of anything, that will be positive always, right? And here if you observe, this is reactive power. So reactive power is Irms square into x. Now this x, that will be positive in case of inductive network. Why? The reason is with inductance, this value of x, that is j omega L, where j is imaginary component, so you can say this will be positive. But for capacitor, you will be having x, that is minus j by omega c, so this q will be negative. And in terms of phase even you can observe. So here analogy that I want to explain you. So for that, if you consider phi v minus phi I, that is greater than 0. So what it means? voltage is leading with respect to current, it means given network is inductive, and for inductive network you will be observing this reactive power Q, that will be positive, and for inductive network you can say power factor, that will be lagging power factor. And as if you have phi V minus phi I, that is negative, what it means? It means that voltage is lagging with respect to current. So what it means? Network will be capacitive. So for capacitive network, this sign of negative, that will be negative, as well as IRMS square with imaginary component of x, that is minus j by omega c. So that will be negative. So you will be having Q, that is negative. In that case you can say power factor, that is leading power factor. So these are very essential key points that you must remember. Now my dear students, one more essential point that you should know. See, whenever you talk about reactive power, so reactive power, that will be always measured in terms of VAR. What is VAR? Voltage ampere reactance. So reactive power, that is always given in terms of VAR. So whenever you have been given with question and if unit is VAR, immediately you can say that is reactive power. And real or average power, that will be given in terms of VA. So VA, that will be the unit of this average or real power. Sometimes it may be given in terms of watt, but at the time it will be mentioned that is average power. But if they are not mentioning those things, in that case immediately you can consider that as VA. And you see this complex power, that will be having also unit, that is volt ampere. So that is what the basic thing that you should understand. So my dear students, essential key points of these lectures are based on complex power, that is what? Summation of real part of power plus J into imaginary part of power, where real part of power is average power or you can say active power. And how to identify that? That is simply Vrms, Irms cos of phi V minus phi I, or you can say cos phi only, where you just need to see voltage is leading with respect to current or current is leading with respect to voltage. If voltage is leading with respect to current, then you can say power factor will be lagging power factor. And when we talk about reactive power, so that will be Vrms, Irms sine of phi V minus phi I. And in terms of impedance also we can identify that. In terms of impedance, you will be having average power, that will be Irms square into R. But you will be having reactive power, that will be Irms square into X. And consider for inductive load, you will be having positive reactive power. And for capacitive load, you will be having negative reactive power. So these are the essential key points that you must understand. I hope you have understood this. Thank you so much for watching this video.